long story. She's had kind of a break from reality. She thinks you're LDS?
Yes.
She thinks she's married to Moroni in the past. This is her
You think she's what?
Was married to Moroni, the top of the temple.
Angel LDS. Angel.
They don't let me in there.
Probation, and she knows when the second coming is happening next year, so does the prophet.
Okay.
He knows that she knows about it. She meets with Moroni and Jesus Christ face to face in the temple every day.
This is the start of a series of videos covering the Lori Daybell case. My goal in this series is to follow the key moments in the story in order to help understand how the events unfolded. It is worth remembering the prosecution of these murders were not done in order of death, and at the time of this recording, multiple cases are still ongoing. I will be covering what happened, speaking through it, telling the story, but we will also be reviewing police footage, which I think will be very enlightening. And I will try my best to not pre-watch this police footage to have as raw a reaction as possible. We will begin in 1990 with the marriage of Chad and Tammy Daybell. The couple created a publishing company called Spring Creek Book Company, and Chad published post-apocalyptic books and religious books using that company. The couple, over the course of their marriage, had 5 children: Garth Daybell, Emma Murray, Seth Daybell, Leah Murphy, and Mark Daybell. In 2006, Lori Ryan married Charles Vallow. Lori had 2 children already from a previous marriage: Colby Ryan and Tylee Ryan. In 2008, Lori's niece, Melanie Cope, married Brandon Boudreau. They had 4 children. Now, during these events, she did remarry and was renamed to Melanie Pawlowski, so keep that in mind in case I use the other name at some point in the future. In 2014, Lori and Charles adopted Joshua Jackson Vallow, who was referred to as JJ. JJ had autism, and his birth parents couldn't care for him. But the biological parents of JJ stayed in contact. In April 2018, Tylee's father, Lori's ex-husband, died in what was ruled as a heart attack. His Social Security benefits were then deposited into a bank account shared by Lori and Tylee. In the fall of 2018, Melanie and Lori began attending meetings outside their church, in which Melanie told her husband Brandon he was not to attend. Brandon said Melanie was not very religious when they got married, but it did increase over time. It is also reported that she believed the world was going to end soon. October 26, 2018 is when the tragedy really began, with the meeting of Lori Ryan Vallow and Chad Daybell at a religious conference for Preparing a People. Chad told Lori they had been married in a previous life, and Lori claimed to believe him. October 28, 2018, 2 days later, Chad Daybell was added to Lori's phone under the name Bishop Shumway in a very obvious attempt to hide who she was really in contact with. November 2018, Chad Daybell came to Arizona for another religious conference, but this time he stayed at the home of Lori Ryan Vallow, while Charles Vallow was out of town. I think we can all assume here that it was not just a friends meeting. Lori Daybell told her friend, Melanie Gibb, that Lori and Chad were sealed together by Jesus Christ and Moroni in the LDS temple and about their previous life together. Melanie Gibb is a different Melanie than the one from earlier. I will call her Gibb from now on to differentiate the two. December 5th, 2018. Lori and Chad appeared on a podcast for Preparing a People called Time to Warrior Up. As the year came to a close, Lori told Gibb that she had a dream that her husband Charles was in an accident and would not be coming home by New Year. And when this didn't happen, and Gibb asked Lori about it, she said, quote, "He didn't because Satan interfered with the plan." In January 2019, Charles Vallow told Brandon Boudreaux that Lori was accusing him of cheating on her. Now, Lori told Gibb that Charles Vallow was controlled by an evil spirit, and they need to do castings to remove it. Now, to make sure you understand how this will eventually come back into the story, people with these types of spirits are later referred to by Lori as zombies. Personally, my first introduction to this case was her reference of zombies hitting some news stories. That's how I first heard about this. Maybe you're the same. January 6th to 10th, there exist flight records showing what appears to be Chad Daybell flying to see Lori. And this takes us to the final day I plan to cover in this video. January 31st, 2019. Charles Vallow begged Lori to receive mental health treatment at Community Bridges. Lori was medically cleared by Community Bridges as having a normal state of mind. Chad Daybell, I'm assuming at his own home, searched on the web a name related to the spirit that they claimed was possessing Charles Vallow. Now, I would like to show you some body cam footage from January 31st, 2019. We are going to be going in order, following the timestamps in the upper right. We begin with a video where the police have an interaction with Charles Vallow, claiming that Lori locked him out of his house.
He suspects that she went there and took the truck. He doesn't know.
Keys, my wallet in it, so.
All right. Is it this house or the one with the flashing lights?
Right there.
On the side of the road.
Oh, where the palm trees are?
And I can try the key code on the garage. I don't know if they changed it or not. I think I know the code. We just were good again on the first. And Gabe Bonilla here lives right down the corner. He will tell you if he was on the phone with her today with me. I patched it in and she said all this stuff.
Does she have any weapons inside the house? She does? She know how to use it?
I don't know if she knows how to use it. I don't know.
Usually have to have star or pound or something?
No.
Not just center?
I've never done it.
You have an alarm system?
No. Oh, they changed it. Oh, there you go. Cars are all gone.
Anyone who followed the Sarah Boone case will be familiar with this, but if you didn't watch any of the body cam footage or coverage from that, maybe you're new to watching body cam footage. Generally, as soon as it gets to certain aspects of private information or inside of the actual home, what is released is blurred. This happened with, for example, as I said, the Sarah Boone case. And once it goes to trial, of course, if this is actually shown in trial, it will no longer be blurred to the jury. And to the public if they watch.
I don't know where my kids are. One, three, one. They're all gone.
Is there anything you're replacing here, like she might have taken off somewhere?
All 4 cars are gone.
Oh, you have 4 cars.
Yeah. My daughter has one. Zach, our nephew, has.
And I know this isn't the most exciting, but it does give us a baseline of things are going on, and let's just get a feel of how it ramps up over time. I think it's important that while this might seem mundane and you could just mention it and skip over it, like, this doesn't seem absolutely crazy yet. It seems very routine.
Has one. I have my truck and she has an Infinity. I don't know where my son is.
Well, it's your house. You have the right to force entry, so.
Who's the oldest child?
Tyler, I have 3 in college, so they're gone.
Who lives here? That's the
Tyler is
oldest.
16. Zach is 19. He's our nephew. He's living here.
Okay. And you tried calling him?
Yes.
Why won't he?
I don't know. He won't answer. She got him Buffalo too. I don't know what she told me.
Have you checked the back doors and everything?
There's back doors, but they're locked up.
You already checked them?
Yeah. Well, I'll just go check them. But there's a key to the, I gotta jump this gate to get out of the pool, to go back door. I don't know what to do. Do I follow the stolen car report of my truck?
Yeah, you'll have to call. It was at Sky Harbor, right?
Yeah.
You'll call Phoenix Police and they'll get all your information.
Hold this real quick, sir.
You don't have a hidden key,
No, it's in the house.
so it's not hidden.
JJ can open it, but we have to keep this locked really for
I
him.
understand.
He's a runner. Wolf of this crap.
So the dog's gone too?
Obviously, he'd be barking. He doesn't bark much. He's a service dog. Very well trained, but he would be barking. They wouldn't leave him here. He's a part of the family. So I'm going to go try the back door. I'm going to break the window. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's up to you if you want to break the window. If I was going to break something, I'd probably break your garage door, because you can still secure your garage. Once your window's broken, you can't secure it.
Just check the windows, and if it's not locked, come back. Or if it's locked, come back.
Just mentioning though, when he mentions a window, it also depends on the age of the window. And it's a little off tangent, but this does appear to be like a newer home. But in older homes with a different style of glass, even if you break the window, the edges, I mean, you're not getting through that without injuring yourself. It would definitely be better to do the door. And as they're mentioning, he could have just broken in, right? He didn't have to call the cops, but he's worried. They're now witnesses, obviously he felt concerned enough to, if you're locked out of your own home, I've done it before. I found my way in. I didn't call the police. So as soon as I hear that he's calling the police because he's locked out, sounds like things aren't. He suspects something.
It's all locked up. Thank you, man. What suggest I open that door?
That would be my suggestion, is if you're going to break something, break that door, because you can still lock up your garage, so.
You want to check your front door, make sure it's not unlocked?
If that gate is locked on his own truck, I don't. It's there. There's just a big deadbolt here.
One swift kick will do it.
I'll do a mule kick. Try that first. You gotta get closer to the...
This is not easy to look on TV, is it?
Oh, that's a deadbolt work.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get my luggage and get out of here and get things together. Gary, come on over. Come up.
Strong door.
Somebody home?
Take your travel and I'll get my stuff out. I'll figure a way to get in.
Sure, I'll grab it first.
Wait a minute here. Let me think of something.
You want the dog door?
What?
The dog door?
She's taking my son.
Did he just suggest he try to go through the dog door? I don't think he could fit. I mean, I don't know. It could be a big dog, but it said service dog, and I don't think those are generally like big.
If he's out of school tomorrow, I'll report that. I have no choice. He's special needs. I don't know what she's done, and nobody will call me.
So at this point, he believes she's not inside. She has the special needs son, doesn't know what she's done with him, and the dog.
You have any tool?
All right.
You want to try it? You're welcome to.
Normally we don't, because if we get hurt, but you want to try, or you want me to?
I was gonna say that I didn't. I was like, I don't think the police would do it for injury's sake. Which, I mean, you could argue if he were to say, I'm worried she injured herself, my son, and the dog, like they kind of, I think, have to go in. Like it would be like, justified to definitely them get involved. It'd be a hard thing for them to say, oh, we're not going to break in. And then, for example, if they could have saved a life, I think if he had worded it that way, which maybe he's purposefully not wording it that way, you know, because he doesn't. He talked about how he has to get her. He has to report it if he doesn't go to school tomorrow. So it sounds like he's trying to not like cause her as much trouble as he can at this point. But that probably would have gotten him in a lot quicker. The police that knew what they're doing would have gotten in. That being said, I don't know if they'll be able to get in the door. Let's see.
You almost got it.
You want the cleaners at home, right?
You want us to clear it, sir?
Yes, please.
Door, police. Somebody in the house?
Okay. Thank you, man.
Police department. I'll hold it right there. There's the closets. There's a bunch of empty shelving. I'll hold right here if you want to go.
What have I ever done? Guys,
Okay.
What have I ever done?
what happens with...
I think
Hold on, let's finish. Pictures are off the wall. No, it just goes through. I didn't go in there though.
I know it's blurred, but you can see how the house seems to be very, as he talked about, like pictures are off the wall. It seems very emptied.
It's all clear.
Oh, she took everything. Oh my God. I can't do this. She's... I don't get this, guys. What have I done?
What have I done?
Hey, Charles. I think there might be a house key down here. Yeah.
I'm out of here.
Sounds like a house key, and he's trying to figure out what to do because she stole his computer. As you can see in the upper right, This is roughly 9 hours later. Let's see what happens here. Charles Vallow again with the police.
So is she in there?
What's going on? Why is she here and you're not here, or are you staying here with her?
Long story. She's had kind of a break from reality. She thinks you're LDS.
If you couldn't hear it, a break from reality.
Yes.
She thinks she's married to Moroni in the past. This is her
You
eighth-
think she's what?
We're married to Moroni at the top of the temple.
Angel,
Moroni.
LDS, Angel.
They don't let
She's
me
got
in
an
there.
8 probation, and she knows when the second coming is happening next year. So does the prophet.
Okay.
He knows it. She knows about it. She meets with Moroni and Jesus Christ face to face in the temple every day. I've tried to support her as much as I could, but it's gotten really, really bad lately. She's had a break. She says, I'm Nick Schneider. I've taken over Charles's body, and Charles has been killed. I'm going to kill you. You're going to be murdered today or tomorrow. I can do it. I'm not going to with my priesthood, with my power. She does priesthood blessings.
The name that he listed there is the name that was searched the same day by Chad Daybell. So he is right now telling them that she's talked of murdering him, calling him the name that Chad Daybell is searching today.
Guys,
So
this is
who's
so
Nick
crazy.
Schneider? Okay.
That's who I was supposed to do.
Okay. Right. Okay. So he's not at church. He's not.
She took my truck from the airport. So in fact, she took my truck from the airport last night when I flew in. She canceled my flights. I had to buy another ticket to come back home. I've got a 6-year-old with special needs.
Right. And he's safe at school somewhere.
Right.
Okay.
For now. If she knows I'm here, she's going to go get it.
Okay. What car? What is she driving?
A black Infiniti QX80.
And you've looked all through the parking lots.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Do you have the license plate on that?
It's KDM 62 or 63 or 67. It's handicapped. Okay?
Okay, the pin. There it is.
And I don't know where she put my truck. She took $35,000 in cash out of our account yesterday. Sent me payroll. I mean, I just never thought she would do anything like this, but she's just lost touch with reality. I'm not me. She yells. She's unhinged. It's scared the crap out of me.
Okay. Now, I'm assuming you guys have phones. Is that an iPhone?
Yes.
Are you able to track to see where her phone is right now?
Her
I
phone's
hear
right here with
iPhones.
me. The phone's with me.
Oh, your phone. Now, how do you get her phone?
Because it was in the car this morning when she pulled up to school. I took the keys out of her purse out so she couldn't leave. That's when I called you guys.
Okay.
Somehow she has a pair of 7 keys and left with my dog. And so I don't know where I saw this in her purse. So I think she's here. They were going to give me a key to the room. I was going to go, if you guys will come with me, see if she's in the room.
We can't just go in. If you're not allowed to go in, we can't either. We can
That's on my
just.
credit card. She did the room.
Okay, that's going to be up to them if they allow you to go
Sure.
in. Now, we can't. Now, you guys are
You guys
married,
wait
so there
here?
shouldn't be. No, we're waiting for right now. What we're doing is my sergeant wanted to get some information from you. I was about to call you, but then Gary said you were here. We are just going to wait a second. My sergeant, they're on their way because we have a sergeant training. So they're going to be here. They have the paperwork. So if she is here, we knock on the door. She's here. That's why.
This is so sad to watch. I knowing where it ends up, it really is, because what else could he do? What else could he do?
We need the paperwork in hand.
Okay.
Okay, so we can take her. So
Tell me
that's
again
why-
real quick.
That's why
What-
we're here. Right?
What's her first name?
Lori.
Lori.
Hello.
And tell me again about the vehicle. It's a black
Black
Infiniti
Infiniti QX80.
QX80.
2016. Yes, sir.
And try that license plate
Go ahead and
again.
give them a call real quick.
KDM
KDM
62. It's KDM something.
KDM 62,
Yeah.
63,
Something like this.
67.
Handicap plate.
Handicap.
Yes.
Is it registered to you?
Yes.
Spell your last name again.
V is in Victor, A-L-L-O-W.
Vallow?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. That's an SUV that you're describing, right? Okay, I know what it is.
I'm going to go check and see if I can go in there, and I'll be right back. Okay, sir?
Okay. Also find out if they'll give you permission to go into that room.
Well, I guess she had a second set of car keys and she was able to leave the school. That's why Team 1 wasn't able to get a hold of her. So we're not sure if she's here or not. He's thinking that he would be able to get in the room. And I said, that's up to you and that's up to the hotel. That's not what we do. So I told him that we're waiting for you with the paperwork. And that's what we've got going on right now. He thinks she's still staying here just for the reason is that he was able to grab that key out of her purse in the car at that school in Central area, wherever that school was. All right. Okay. Yeah, I'll give you just what she's saying and the reason the 909 came out. Yeah, we'll go ahead and do that. We're gonna, you know what, how about we all meet back at the car? We are on the north side of that home 2, which is just west of this building. It's the building west. It's the other hotel. We'll all meet right there. All right, we'll see you in a minute. Bye.
I mean, the police are trying something.
Okay, so if his truck is gone, how did he get here?
I have no idea. He didn't tell me that. By the way, I have that tour at 10 o'clock.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, we'll go. He wants a sidebar before we do it. Where did he go?
He went back in to find out whether or not they'll give him permission to enter into that room.
Tell him I don't want him going to that.
He's not going to the room.
Okay. Let's go back over to our cars. They'll be here in just a minute or two, and he wants we need to do a powwow.
Okay.
So.
Let me just, I'll meet you over there. I'm just going to tell him, because he's gone to the lobby. I just want him to know he needs to wait around here so we can find him.
The biggest thing, okay, so she wants to marry Moroni, which is great, fantastic, fine and dandy. That's not as bad as the UFO thing. Yeah, I'm going to go off.
Wait, what was that?
Fine and dandy. That's not as bad as the UFO thing. Yeah, I'm going to go off.
Me too.
I'm not sure what not as bad as the something thing, but yeah, so he's trying. He's making a case that there's something wrong with her at this point. As you can see, we are slightly ahead in the timeline, and this might be the powwow that they were talking about. It appears to be that powwow. Let's see how that goes.
So I'm going to let you take over.
Hey, just to remind you, I have that tour at 10 o'clock.
10 o'clock. Yeah, okay. I apologize. She's not in there for some reason. I checked out her. Maybe another hotel. So that she would be picking up JJ at 3:45 today at the same school.
Okay.
So she will be there. I don't know how you want to do that or what you want to do.
So did they tell you she's not in there?
Correct.
Okay.
I found that back Florida. She may be. No telling where she's staying.
Okay.
There's a lot of gray area in these matters for us, so it's not real black and white like somebody commits a crime and we just arrest them. So, and I know we just showed up and we kind of came into this last minute, so we're kind of getting the story second and third hand. We need to be real careful following her around.
I'm not doing that.
Well, we're at a hotel.
School,
you know.
And then I saw this in her wallet, so I came to look at the school. I called the police. They came to here. I'm not going to try. I'm not irrational or stupid or anything like that.
I don't get that impression at all.
I want her to get help.
Yeah.
She's my wife. I love her to death. Something's going on.
Okay.
And if she wants.
Don't you love how, because it's a man, I'm making an assumption here. I'm making the assumption because it's a man, they are suggesting here that he is stalking her. that maybe he's lying and following her around for no reason. When what he's saying could take their son, she's taken the dog, who knows what she's going to do next. She has a break from reality and he can't find her. And the police are like, well, we can't do anything, but also, maybe not follow her around.
Me gone, fine, I could do all that stuff. I just don't want to hurt.
Okay.
I just don't want to hurt anybody else. Worried about where
The child's in school now? Did you do a welfare check in school to see that he or she or? Okay. Yeah.
She took your car. What are you driving now?
a friend of mine's in Utah.
Oh,
I don't
okay,
know where
cool.
my truck is.
Okay.
She took it. I suspect she took it because she knows where I park at the airport. I came back last night and it's gone.
What
All
led
my
up to
clothes
this?
are gone from the house.
So she steals his vehicle, right? Like that was already established that like they don't know the whole story, but she took it, right? And if she took his vehicle, and yet again, remember, they just said, well, be careful following her around.
What led up to this? Is there any correspondence that you've had over the last couple of days with her?
Her religious stuff has gone way off the deep end.
Okay.
Just way off.
Yeah.
And it's if you don't agree with her, you're the opposite.
Okay.
So she won't.
When did you last speak to her?
Yesterday when she texted me, she said we're done, get out of here.
Okay. When was this paperwork filled out with community
Last
groups?
night.
Okay. So what about, so these are handwritten, so sometimes they're hard for us to read. What about your correspondence yesterday precipitated filling this out?
When she was on the phone with me and that bishop, I had him on the phone with me.
Okay.
She threatened me physically. She made threats about the kids, she doesn't kill about the kids.
It's hard to hear here, but he said something about when they were on the phone with the bishop, she threatened physically.
Come get him, I don't care. We won't be here that much longer anyway.
We won't be here much longer anyway.
And I've got my God powers, I can kill you if I want, anytime I want.
Some sort of powers, it sounds like.
It's just irrational stuff.
Okay. Is the 6-year-old the only child in common?
Yes. We adopted him. We got nephews by birth.
Okay. I think your priority should be there right now.
It is.
And then maybe.
I think your priority should be with the kid right now. The thing is, the kid's at the school, right? And the kid will get out of that school. And once the kid is out of the school, is Lori in her sane mind to be around the child? Like, that's the concern, right? Because what's he supposed to do, right? If he goes home with the child, which she has the dog, the child doesn't have the support dog. But if he goes home with the child, if he picks up the child, takes the child home, is Lori going to show up and be a danger?
You don't feel comfortable with her state of mind, maybe figuring out a way to keep him safe, even if that means not being at school.
I'm going to go to my attorney's office, file paperwork for restraining order if I can do that. I don't know.
He is going to file a restraining order if he can.
My sister, his grandmother, they're safe, someday safe there. Okay. For a few days, then I do my work, got some stuff to do in Houston, I'll come back a week. Is she going to have the house? I don't care.
Well,
have whatever she wants. She took $35,000 if you got her money back for a while.
Yeah, I want to give you a little advice though. So consult with your attorney, but you don't necessarily want to remove the child from the state for too long. Because here's the deal. Ultimately, there's two sides to the story, and a lot of times.
It's not going to be long. It'll be
I know. Hang on. A lot of times when we contact the other half of one of these things, they're totally rational.
I'll tell her
she's
going. I'll tell her he's going to go.
Yeah. You just want to be careful not to deny her access to her child.
I'm not going to do that.
Turns into a thing.
That's too hard on him.
Okay.
Too hard on him. This is about him, not us.
Okay.
Okay.
As a police department, we're definitely willing participants in helping out with situations like this, but these aren't criminal arrest warrants. These are it's kind of a sticky situation, and we have to be careful how much effort and force we put into these mental health petitions. So
thank you. I've got to get to the basics.
He mentioned it was kind of low. He mentioned a mental health petition.
Some stuff was cashier's check. She was also getting my money back. Okay. I've got $200 on my own.
Okay.
Payroll's $8,000 Friday. I got to do it, so I can figure out something.
Okay.
Thanks, guys.
If you see her, you can call us and we'll come out. But let's forego the.
If I go to the school,
continued
she picks him up at
investigation,
3:45 today. It takes you guys 20 minutes to get there. She's in and out.
Yeah.
We'll let the North Unit.
If she says as irrational as you say, I think maybe you should get your son out of the school and prevent that from happening.
I may do that, but that's the only place I know where she needs help.
Yeah.
She needs some serious help. I want her to get help. I'm worried about her.
Yeah.
I don't think we'll survive this, but she needs help.
Yeah.
So that's the only way I think we can find where she will be. Is help. I want her to get help. I'm worried about her.
Yeah.
I don't think we'll survive this, but she needs help.
I don't think we'll survive this, but she needs help.
Yeah.
So that's the only way I think we can find where she will be.
Yeah. Well, we're not going to do a sting operation.
It's not a sting. I'm just going to say,
Yeah.
I will call and say she should pick him up in a few minutes. So if they can get there, that'll be great.
Okay.
We'll let the guys know, swing shift guys know.
I will, man.
All right.
I really appreciate it.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Take care.
So that was a complete bust. Nothing got done. And if anything, they kind of insinuated he might be the one that's the problem a couple times there. And of course, you can say they're just doing their job. They don't know the full story, and we're looking back on it now. But this is how it unfolded. As you can see, time moves forward a little bit, and we're going to be hearing from Lori Vallow. This will be Lori Vallow, Kylie Ryan, and Melanie Gibb. They're going to be at the police department reporting that Charles Vallow took Lori's purse.
Lori? Hey, Officer Patelli, you can come back with us. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
There's the interview room.
Hello. Good. Hello. You got enough chairs for everybody? Yeah, I think so.
You want this one?
No, I won't fit with those handles.
No? I wasn't gonna file
This
a
thing
report,
makes
but
my
my
hips
friend
rather
who's a
wide.
police officer told me to file a report.
Okay.
So. He's like, it's just good to have it on record, so.
Yeah, okay, I got a little bit of info from dispatch.
Yeah.
Said he stole your phone.
What happened?
Purse.
Why don't you tell us what happened?
So yesterday, I got in an argument with my husband on the phone, and he was in Texas working, and I found some stuff that he'd been doing, so he was really defensive. And so I took the kids, we spent the night in a hotel.
Some stuff he had been doing. I believe, let me double check my notes here. It doesn't say this is after, but I was just seeing if it was the same day. Lori had been claiming that Charles Vallow was cheating on her. And let's just go back and listen to her story, her side of it. Remember, every story has two sides.
So I wasn't gonna file
This
a
thing
report,
makes
but
my hips
friend
rather
The officer told us that earlier.
wide.
police officer told me to file a report.
Okay.
So. He's like, it's just good to have it on record, so.
Yeah, okay, I got a little bit of info from dispatch.
Yeah.
Said he stole your phone.
What happened?
Purse.
Why don't you tell us what happened?
So yesterday, I got in an argument with my husband on the phone, and he was in Texas working, and I found some stuff that he'd been doing, so he was really defensive. And so I took the kids, we spent the night in a hotel because I knew he was coming home. And so this morning when I took my son to school, which he I went into the school to take him into school. He was waiting somewhere and like stole my purse out of the car, my whole purse. So my phone, my wallet, my money, my everything was in there. So I had the door locked, but the sunroof was open because we have a service dog and he was in the car and I didn't want to, my son was kind of throwing a fit. I didn't want to get them both out of the car because it was a mess this morning. And we didn't have any of our stuff because we spent the night in the hotel and he was out of his element. And so I didn't lock the door for like the first time ever, and he like, whatever, either got it out, I don't remember if the door was locked, he got it out, or he reached through the sunroof and just got it. Okay. But then he started texting all my family and all my friends and impersonating me and got my friend lured over to the house to meet him, where he had like kicked in the door to get into the house and stuff. So
You did that this morning?
last night,
Okay.
which I'm glad we weren't there. So.
Right.
Okay.
And so when I got there, I'm like, Lori? Where's Lori?
But he
Oh, she's
texted
not
her
here.
from my phone because he was pretending to be me, saying, "Oh, come meet me at the house," and whatever.
Yeah, so it's like, what?
How did he, what did he say to you?
He said, can you come to the house now?
And
And I said, sure. Yeah, and he, proceeded to act like he was himself.
You have the text messages on your
I
phone?
don't have it on my phone, but when I got there, I said, you've been using Lori's phone to connect with me. He goes, sorry, I've deceived you.
Now, real quick, I will mention, as I said, I'm following along. If it's an iPhone, if she had an iPad, she can also send messages that way. But let's just continue. Just mentioning that for anyone wondering, in case this comes up in other cases. This kind of happened with the Sarah Boone case, I believe, where they were able to show a device sent it, because that's important if you're dealing with like iPhones, because they can also send a message through other means.
I said, oh, okay, yeah, you did. And luckily, there were some other people there that were,
He was changing the locks and probably
the
having the door
locksmiths were
fixed
there.
where he kicked it in. So that
The locksmiths were there, so I'm glad that they were there. But there was a white Suburban, which I don't know, it was up in there. I don't know where he got that car. But anyway, there was a few vehicles, so I didn't know, I suspected it would be her. I should have noticed that your car wasn't there, but I didn't notice that. So.
What kind of car do you drive?
An Infinity Kia 80 black.
So you got to the house, and then you got there, he said, yeah, I deceived you, and then...
Yeah, so I said, where's
you?
Lori? He wanted me to come over there and get some information about her, pretty much.
Oh, okay, what did he ask you?
He was asking, like, what's got into her, like...
Where is she?
Where is she? Of course, I didn't say where she was. I didn't know where she was. She didn't actually tell me.
I didn't tell anybody.
She didn't tell me.
I guess she thought it was safer for everybody to
know. Yeah, he just basically wanted me to take his side, I think, and just say,
told her how crazy I was and
right.
stuff like that. So.
What was your name?
Melanie.
Your last name?
Gibb.
G-I-B-B.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, just because for documentation later, what's your date of birth?
It's easy to remember.
I know.
So he had you come there, I was asking you questions, so, like, is this something that's happened before, or is this
Unfortunately, yeah. We've had to leave and go to hotels just so he calms down or something, So we've done that before.
What is it, like, that motivates him doing this kind of stuff? Does he say why?
He just goes nuts sometimes.
This
time I caught him cheating and I had evidence and I told him about it, and he travels a lot for business, so I told him about it and told him not to come home and that his stuff would be gone and that his car would be gone and all those things. So he's a little mad.
She's just trying to protect herself.
It's so funny. She's taking all of his stuff and she's here to report him taking her stuff. Okay.
Yeah.
But I just left with the kids because I didn't want them in all the drama.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So then you took your phone and purse, and has he tried to make contact with you since?
He's trying to contact me through her. He has my phone. I don't have a way to be contacted.
Yeah, and I didn't know her. I didn't know what her phone. I couldn't contact her.
Nobody
And
could
wait till
contact
she
me.
called
I
me.
just went and bought a phone so I could have a phone, a little
So
throwaway phone. So I could...
Have you called him to ask him if he'd bring your stuff back?
Well, he talked to her about it. So.
And what was?
Yeah, I said, would you be willing to give me the purse for Lori? And he goes, no, unless she does this, and all these.
Don't speak in generalities. I want
sorry.
specifics. What did he say?
Therapy today.
So he wanted me to
or something.
To me,
Okay.
therapy.
Like, he wasn't going to give you the purse, he just was saying he'd give it to me if I meet him there.
Okay.
I don't really want to talk to him today if I don't have to. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if we have him bring the purse back, are we all good? Like, I mean, you're not willing to meet with him with a therapist or anything to try to get it back?
I don't want to meet with him because I don't know. He's very sneaky. So like, what he'll do is meet me in the parking lot and mess around with me. You know, whatever. Like, he's not going to just.
What if we called him and see if he'll
drive.
come here and we can facilitate?
So he's cheating. He's like sneaky and conniving, I guess, right? He's taking things. This is, from what we already know, massive projection.
Take him giving your purse back. Texting her.
Texting all my family and the kids too.
Yeah, he definitely has her phone. So we know it was him that took the purse because he.
What's he texting you?
I have the text. He was basically just texting me. He's acting like that my son was in danger. I'm really worried about JJ's safety and things, and texting her like he's gonna.
So he at first texted me, "You doing okay today? Hey." I may not be home for a bit. Love you. Sent me a strange link to a website about our church.
About crazy people.
Yeah. Said this is what's happening, and then he texted me at almost midnight.
People.
Sent me a strange link to a website about our church.
About crazy people.
Yeah.
Sent me a strange website to a link about our church, and I believe that's crazy people.
Said this to a website about our church.
About crazy people.
Yeah.
About crazy people.
Said this is what's happening, and then he texted me at almost midnight. I'm sorry, but I have no choice. I'm just sick. I had no choice. Which he didn't file a police report or anything as far as we know, so I'm just assuming he was trying to get a response, and then I love you. He was.
Police report about what?
Or I don't know, but he was acting like he.
Well, interesting, isn't it? They're immediately like, oh, he didn't file a police report. It's like, well, why would he have reason to?
Did something.
And then those text messages came from, do you have it entered as mom's phone or?
No, that was from him.
That's before.
That was from his phone.
He didn't take the purse until 8:30
This was last
when I was
night.
at school.
So that was from his phone.
And he was sending word for word the same text to my cousin, like.
What's his name?
Charles.
What's his phone number?
Yeah, the same last name as you. So.
Yeah, Vallow. So my friend told me, my friend that's a police officer, he said, go file a report, file a restraining order, all that stuff. I don't want to do all that stuff. I just wanted to be on record, and if you can get the purse back, that would be lovely, because all my stuff is in there. I'm really mad about my lip gloss.
What about credit cards?
Well, he has all the cards and all the
Yeah.
stuff, so he's mad because I took the money out of our account. It's a joint account, so he wants me to give him money.
Oh, he's mad. I took the money out of the account. She's mad about her lip gloss, right? He's upset that she took his computer, drained all the money, locked him out of the house. So he's coming home and he couldn't go into his own home, which they're trying to play it off as he broke in, but he lived there. He needed to get into the home to go to sleep. After returning, she took his car, she took his son, she took the dog, but she needs her lip gloss, and she should file that restraining order.
Okay, well, that's all a civil issue.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
Purse, there's no reason why he's walking around with your purse, your ID, that he doesn't have a right to.
right.
Married
That's
or
what
not
I'm saying.
married.
All the rest of the stuff is our joint stuff together.
Yeah.
So.
All right. We're gonna leave the room.
And what you're hearing there, by the way, like all of our joint stuff, is she's basically, it's abuse, right? It is trying to work the legal system in such a way that she can harm him and delay punishment. because it would have to work through a civil court. That's what it is, right?
Temporarily, we're going to try to give him a call, see if we can't get this rectified.
That'd be great. Thank you.
All right, you're welcome.
How are you?
All right, we'll go back here. Get a cell phone. Do you want to try calling, or you want me to call?
I don't know. This one's a little confusing for me, honestly.
I'll call. I love these calls.
Oh yeah, I would actually love to hear how you did it.
Sounds like at least one officer is realizing that maybe she isn't the complete impartial victim as she kind of hopes she's viewed as.
Charles. Hello. Hi, this is Officer Edgerton, Gilbert PD. Is this Charles? Hey, Charles. The reason why I'm calling right now is your wife's at the police department claiming you stole her purse and her cell phone. Okay, you realize they don't belong to you, correct? Okay, so that's a civil issue, and she's responsible for every penny when if you guys end up going through divorce proceedings. Okay, and you also texted a friend to meet you at the house last night under the guise that you were her. What was that for? So you texted a friend of hers to meet you at the house last night using her cell phone. What was that all about? Oh, this morning? Okay. Yeah, we read the report from earlier today.
I'm pretty sure I heard him say the word "she's crazy," but maybe I heard crazy. I'm pretty sure.
Regarding you not being able to get into the house and everything, so I do not have the order in front of me, so I cannot do that.
I wonder if he just asked, "Can you serve the restraining order?" What order would he have to serve, right? And he was talking earlier about a restraining order. Maybe
it's got to be approved, and I know I cannot I cannot get her, well, it's got to go to our sergeant, who's got to call, verify that it's good, and then we get dispatched. So that's just how the process works. And I can't keep somebody against their will without a warrant or the valid. Well, I'm telling you right now, we have a process. You come here, you turn it in, it goes to a sergeant. Sergeant calls the doctor. Okay, well, I don't have that, and
calls the doctor. Maybe it's a I'm not sure what the exact term would be, like a medical pickup for Lori.
And for all we know, it's not valid anymore. I do not know. What I'm concerned about. Yeah, well, that's not what I'm discussing a whole separate issue right now, and that's her getting her belongings back. Okay, you're saying it's at the house, which you changed the locks on, correct? So she doesn't have access to. Yes. So unless you want to be charged with theft, we need to get that purse back to her. If you want to come here with the purse and that order, we can get this all try to figure it out. And the purse, and her cell phone. Okay. So how soon can you be here? We're at the police department, 75 East Civic Center Drive, Gilbert and Warner. Thank you. All right, how long? All right, but he says he's coming with the order. It's going to get real interesting.
I don't know, so, alright. This is good, yeah.
All right.
And now we have them explaining to Lori what is going on. And the audio will start soon. You can see the notepad they were writing on earlier.
And when I talked to him, he was all upset, wondering what are we going to do about that. I have no, until it is verified by my sergeant that it's still active, they still want you, I can't hold you against your will. But if it's verified by my sergeant, which he says could take a little while, then if it is verified, then I have to take you to Community Bridges. It's a mental health behavior place to get looked at. But while it's being verified, I have no right to keep you and hold you, just so you're aware. So he's supposedly en route with your purse and your phone, and then and the order also, which needs to be verified by my sergeant. So we will facilitate the transfer.
I mean, basically, they warned her she can run, right? I can't hold you. If this gets verified, I have to take you, but I can't hold you right now.
The purse and the phone, and while we go give the mental health petition to my sergeant, and she's verifying it, you do whatever you feel you need to do.
Okay.
How we're going to get that to go away, I do not know. You may need to you can probably contact Community Bridges, that's CBI, Community Bridges. We have one, I don't know if you even want to just go up there, at Mesa Drive and Baseline. It's off Javelina, which is the street before you get to the freeway if you're going north towards the freeway. Find out what you need to do to prove yourself, because what it is committal paperwork.
Right.
They can hold you for 24, 48, however long they deem it necessary to get you evaluated.
Right.
Based off just what your husband
Says.
Yeah.
Done.
So, doctors play it safe.
It's so funny to think that she would be crazy. It's hilarious, honestly.
I just think it's funny because he's trying to tell everyone.
Just let him
Right.
explain.
So.
That's very smart. Because I'm really the one that did something wrong.
But no, here's the thing: is I don't know, and I'm not going to take sides.
Right. No.
But just talking to you, I mean, I don't see you being a danger to yourself or anybody else. You got your kids to school.
Right.
Let's run it back, people. Let's run it back.
I just think it's funny because he's trying to tell everyone.
Just let him explain.
Right. So.
That's very smart. Because I'm really the one that did something wrong.
But no, here's the thing: is I don't know, and I'm not going to take sides.
Right. No.
But just talking to you, I mean, I don't see you being a danger to yourself or anybody else. You got your kids to school.
Right.
I don't know, but I'm not going to play side. I'm just going to let you know that we are required, if you're here, that we will, even with force if we have to,
right.
If you're still here when it's approved, we'll have to take you.
Is this not him just telling her to leave and run? Am I crazy? Is this normal? Is how it would normally go? Or is... I'm blown away. As I said earlier in the video, I try to go into these raw because of moments like this, because this is just absolutely ridiculous. I have to imagine there is not a policy where you have to warn someone they can go on the run because of a mental health evaluation. I have to imagine that's not policy.
To CBI.
Okay. And what is it called? I was just going to write it down.
Community Bridges.
Okay.
That's where we take you. Now, I don't know who he went through to get the order taken care of.
That's what I'm saying. How do you even get that? He got that in the middle of the night? How do you get something in the middle of the night?
It's family members can do it for other ones who have like drug dependency or not getting help, mental health.
Yeah, but how would
issues.
he had to come here? Isn't stuff closed?
It's not here. There are places you can go. So
how would you think of something?
I don't know. I don't know.
Sorry.
So
It's okay. It's okay.
And this whole video is just blurred, by the way. That's why it's like this.
It's called Community Bridges. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna write it down.
So, I'm going
But
to...
they'll be looking for me. That's the whole thing. Like, that's what...
We don't bust down doors to get you, but we will knock. So if you see police officers knocking, talk to them through the door if you really don't want to go.
Any argument that they weren't just trying to tell her how to run is gone, right? Like, it's gone now.
Okay.
If you want a free medical evaluation, psychological
I was gonna say, I
evaluation.
haven't gotten any sleep in about 3 days. They have good facilities.
They do, actually, from what I understand.
And a gym where I could work out.
Yeah,
I'm
so,
kind of happy.
like I said,
You'll be okay without your mama?
You are going to get a padded room.
So officers don't kick down doors to serve these. They're civil orders.
Right.
They're for your safety. It's not illegal. If it was because you're a danger to yourself, it's not illegal, or it's not illegal to kill yourself. So we don't go busting down doors.
Right.
But if we make contact with you, there's nothing separating us. At that point,
You can
we
just
know
say
it's
anything
you.
you want about someone and get a mental health order against them.
So if it's a family member, and depending on what he told the doctors, usually they'll do it just to be safe. Otherwise,
So
say
you can
something
say they're
happens to
suicidal
you,
or something and
right?
get it.
So something happens, you do something to yourself, he's going to go after those doctors. I told you, you didn't sign the order, she should have gotten help,
Right.
that sort of thing. So
Do
there
you
becomes
know?
some liability.
Do you know what he said?
No.
No?
1 Frank 17. 10:50. Edgar 296.
So do you understand what he's saying? Like,
Yeah, I was talking to someone, that's why I didn't answer.
he's saying get the person out.
Yeah, we're aware. Let me step out. I'll talk to you. All right. Excuse me for a second.
Yeah.
Can we come with you?
10-4. No, you can entertain them.
Okay.
Got any knock-knock jokes?
He dances really nice.
Oh, good.
Okay.
Get like a little performance.
Here we go.
Show us
Okay.
your equipment. How
I will say there, muting, show us your equipment and then muting it after. I don't know what was said that required that, but fill in the blanks for that's a little odd.
She's gonna apply to the academy. She's now a high school graduate, right? At 16.
Yeah, are you?
Yeah, well, she got her GED, so she's moving on with life.
You really want to be a police officer?
Maybe. You never know.
We'll look forward to this stuff, man. Yeah, I'm actually pretty new myself, so I just got on. It's like my first month on training after out of the academy, so
Nice.
that's why he's doing a lot of the talking.
Yeah.
That's the best way to learn.
Yeah, no, I mean, yeah, so it's, because, like, honestly, this is kind of a more unique call than what I've seen. This is a little bit different. I mean, like,
Rules with this kind of stuff.
well, and what's unique about it is either the theft or the petition was usually a separate deal. I mean, the fact that all of a sudden he stole your phone and then all of a sudden there's a petition out there too, it's like, whoa. So I've seen one or the other. I haven't seen both in one.
Well, that's what
sitting.
he was saying then when he texted you that. I'm so sorry I had to do it. I was worried about you.
Yes.
Yeah, that's probably what it
Like,
meant.
he literally hadn't
probably
seen
good
JJ
thing
for like
you
6 hours
Yeah.
and he'd been at school, so it's not like he was in any kind of.
Well, he was out of town too.
Well, yeah, but still.
Yeah. So, I mean, yeah, it's a good thing you did come in because it will be a very one-sided story, so it's always good to kind of see
Yeah.
what's going on.
It's inspiring.
That was very smart. Yeah, and Jason's sweet.
What was
You
really
have
cool
to tell him
because
I love him.
So I was sitting there in coming out of her neighborhood after he conned me to go to the house, and I pulled over, by the pool, and then I see this guy that I know, just like
Our good friend.
just like
officer.
right in front of me on the side of the road, and I'm
Oh,
like,
wow.
that looks like Jason. I'm like, hold on, that's Jason. He's a police guy. I'm gonna go. So I'm like, Jason, what are you doing over here? He goes, I was just going visiting Gary.
Oh, yeah?
I'm like, hey, I just want to tell you what's going on. He goes, yeah, go down to the police office now. I'm like, okay.
I mean, I was
That's
going to
great.
do it after he took it, and I realized it was gone when I got back to the car. I was like, he's lurking around here. Like, that's creepy by itself.
Yeah.
But 2, like, it's everything I have. Like, I don't have anything. I don't have money. I don't have ID. I don't have anything.
Yeah.
And
your
so
car keys are normally attached to your purse.
yeah, but I carried them in my hand.
Yeah.
I just had them in my hand. I was dealing with JJ. He was like, he didn't want to
Yeah.
go to school. He was like throwing a fit on the ground, and
Yeah.
so it was a rough morning as it was.
Yeah, I can imagine. So do you guys have separate cars?
We do.
What car does he drive?
So he has a Ford F-150 truck.
Oh, okay. So then the white Suburban, you had no idea what that was?
That was his buddy's car, he said.
He said it was his buddy's car.
That's
He
what
doesn't have any
He doesn't
buddies.
have any buddies, so I don't, it was a white Suburban. I didn't know because it was 2
I would
other
think it
guys
would
in
be
the
a rental
driveway, but then
car.
when I came back, he was gone, and I know it was his car because the other, the guys fixed
Right.
the locks.
We're
Their
still
cars
there.
were still there, so I know it was that one because he
Huh.
left.
That's really strange. So what kind of questions?
Changed the locks on me. I'm on the lease as well, the house.
Yeah, I don't think so. Honestly, I have to obviously confirm with him, but to be honest with you, you should be able to have access to it as well if it's your
Yeah,
house.
so he's
in
changed
my
them all.
name,
They're all
too.
changed probably by now.
Yeah, he's trying to lock me out just because whatever.
Yeah, I assume it would just be because how we were saying you need to build it, or he needs to build.
Just because she, let's recap here, stole his car, drained the bank accounts, stole everything in the home, left with the son and dog. He has no idea where they're at, and she's having a mental break. Just because of, and he had to break in the door so the house isn't secure anymore. Just because of that, he had the locks changed.
Able to get in the house, it should be the same.
Right, so I can kick the door down too.
Yeah, I don't know. I think so.
After it gets fixed.
Yeah.
I don't want
Yeah.
to be in there if he's in there. That's the whole point. So I left.
No,
Yeah.
it was creepy. I was like, oh my
kinda-
gosh, where's Lori? Is she? I thought you were there.
Yeah.
It was so freaky.
I'm
So
sorry.
glad those 2 other guys were there.
Yeah, I know that you weren't just there by yourself with him. That'd be even worse.
I should have, in retrospect, I probably should have walked away quickly, but I wasn't prepared for that.
Yeah, I mean, who really
You
is?
were just
Kinda
being a good friend to
stuff.
me, so I appreciate it.
I
I'm
wasn't
sorry that you're
prepared to be
caught up in it. And he's
being
catching
deceived.
up everybody in it. He calls everybody on my phone, so now he has phone access to all my
Yep.
friends, and he's calling them all to tell them
Yep.
how crazy I am and whatever, because he got snagged,
And this is just a recent thing? Has he done?
whatever, because he got snagged,
And this is just a recent thing? Has he done this
Because he got snagged? Again, I think she's still saying he's cheating.
before, or like?
This is in like 24 hours. Or he's done.
Like, has he done this before? Yeah.
But this whole
Not this
situation
extreme,
happened.
No.
but he's been ballistic where we had to leave because he was being awful, and I didn't want him to hurt one of the kids or something. so-
Probably 3 or 4 times that I can remember.
Yeah, 13 years.
Yeah.
Wouldn't want him to hurt one of the kids.
So really just a stand-up guy overall.
Hey, I'm not making any judgment.
No, I don't get be neutral. Get it. I know, it's super awkward.
Okay, so they got him in there, and they got you. Perfect. I'll just get. Well, I already got your information, so we're good there.
So basically,
How did he even know to get a mental health thing? I don't even know how he would know how to do that.
Is that your daughter's phone?
Yeah.
I'm assuming.
No, it's my mom's old broken phone.
Oh,
I
you
put a
were
SIM
using her
card
phone?
in. I went and
Okay.
bought a SIM card today and put it in so I would
Okay.
have something.
Yeah, no, yeah, you can't go without a phone now.
You just can't.
yeah, is there any phone?
How does the 16-year-old... Didn't they say earlier the 16 doesn't have a phone? I mean, in 2019? Am I crazy? Like, I feel like it's like a safety thing. You want them to have a phone. Like even people that are against their kids having a phone, I feel like as soon as your kids are like venturing out on their own, like it's a safety thing.
Phone numbers you need that are my phone? You want to put
Probably.
your phone? Since you don't have access
Yeah,
to
I probably
phone
would need.
numbers?
I don't have.
But maybe I misunderstood the conversation earlier and the 16-year-old has one, but I was pretty sure they said they don't in an earlier moment.
I have my mom's old phone numbers. The family members, but not any of my friends.
Right, you don't have that information.
Yeah, we're gonna have to put Jason and Thor and all our people.
Yeah, my friends.
So were you there with them when this was going on? Were you were there in the car or no?
No, she was at the hotel.
Yeah.
Oh, let me get your info. What's your first and last name? It's a different last name?
And of course they're redacting it, but I mentioned it in the previous video because it's all public now, and yeah.
Yeah, so he's my stepdad.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right
So
on.
she was 3. So.
Okay. And then do you live at the house full time with them? Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. What's your date of birth? Cool. Yeah, because this one we entered and I'll need that info. So no good deal there. But yeah, so I guess we'll see what they say.
Yeah.
But as long as you, I mean.
Did the person go?
Well, yeah, it takes us a while to verify the order, so that's kind of like, yeah, so as long as the order's not verified, we can't serve it, so.
And is he'll be here too, or, I mean, is there a way we can go out without him seeing us?
Yeah, I think we'll probably facilitate it, so, I mean, either way, yeah. I'm not sure exactly.
I'm sure he'll have taken everything important out of there.
And in the scenario in the scenario that she has to go with like my little brother, would he be like ordered to pick him up from school and take him?
Well,
like,
no court.
There's no court order, but like I know, yeah.
Are you saying, is Charles supposed to pick him up? Or are you saying, can you guys pick him up?
Yeah, that's basically what I'm saying.
Like who's gonna pick him up?
Could I pick him up and take him back to like the hotel?
Oh yeah, I don't think that even matters. Yeah, I don't think whatever you guys got to work out. I think I don't know what you're planning on doing about. So because you're kind of saying you only want like a report, but is this gonna be like an ongoing thing? Like is this like are you concerned about getting back in the house? Like what's the game plan?
Well, now we are.
Yeah.
Now we are that we know he changed all the locks.
Yeah.
So we don't know what to do really. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, 2 days ago he was like, if you want me to leave, I'll leave. All real super nice, and then when I actually had evidence, then he got really mad.
Yeah.
So this all stems from him cheating and you finding out about it? Yeah. Well, I think everyone's kind of learning a little bit on this one, so I can't even tell you what I think is going to happen.
Well, I guarantee you, this officer did not think what was going to happen. He did not know at the time. I'll give him that.
We'll see.
It's just a sad scenario as usual.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
It is.
What school do you go to?
She graduated.
You just graduated. You got your GED.
Yeah.
Also, what are you going to do now? Because you got a few years
question.
before you be a police officer.
Yeah, I might start community college classes and then eventually transfer over to a university. But
she's working right now.
Yeah, and I'm working.
Oh, okay.
But
where at? Oh, nice.
Yep.
Good. As long as you're good at talking to people, that's pretty much a lot of the job. Seems like.
Yes, it's actually a good experience to be in here so you can learn what they do.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not chasing people down and beating them up.
There's a little bit of that. Not as much in Gilbert, I don't think. I mean, I haven't done too much of that
not
lately.
Not as much as like in Phoenix.
Right.
Yeah, our friend was downtown Phoenix police officer, and he talks a lot of those stories.
So your buddy Jason, you're saying,
Jason
he's
now.
Phoenix? That's what I was going to ask.
Yeah, he was Phoenix.
Yeah,
I'm sure Jason, the police officer, is loving being tied to these people right now.
He had an incredible case where when he was taking the bad guy down, his hamstrings pulled off his legs or hip, and he was completely taken.
His hamstrings or the guy he was taking down?
No, his own.
Oh.
And so he can no longer perform as a police officer because of that.
Wow.
It took his ability to work.
Wow. How long was he on?
He was on his bed for 3
3
years.
It took him 3 years to.
His story is really incredible.
It is an incredible story. It took him 3 years to walk again. But the police department said it was a pre-existing addition and wouldn't pay for it.
Pre-existing.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
But now he's walking to a fight, you're sitting there in your police car, and as he pulls off on a hot summer day to go chase this bad guy, and then you don't go to work with these not attached.
He couldn't even walk like for 3 years.
So he's actually been supporting police officers and helping them because they haven't been getting their rights.
Nice.
He's for the police guys now. He has a whole organization and they're amazing.
Yeah, he does.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember.
And to repeat what was said earlier, after all of what you just saw, Lori Daybell was medically cleared by Community Bridges. She had a normal state of mind. If you like the content, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know how this works for you in the comments section. Let me know what you think. This is kind of experimental for coverage of this case for me. I'm doing something a little different by covering a case that has at least partly already happened all the way through for some of the victims. It's so interesting to me to watch this type of content as it unfolds, because sure, some of this you look at it and you could say hindsight is 2020. But there's a lot that's questionable without hindsight. There's a lot of moments where I feel like if I didn't know how this ended, I would be concerned. But do you feel the same way? Let me know. Thank you all, and see you in the next video.